Hi there, Mark here again, and in this video I'm going to be painting and detailing the bodywork for this iconic and fantastic Tyrrell P34 six-wheeler Formula 1 car on the Tamiya F103 chassis. As you can see, it's a hard body and there's quite a lot of work to do on this one. And as you can see, I've already had a go at the driver figure itself. I've just done that with blue and black and a bit of silver there. And for that I use these acrylic paint pens which have done a really good job. The main body here and the rear wing, which comes in 4 separate pieces, needs to be sprayed in TS15 blue. The driver helmet, which I've stuck together and I've flatted off to get rid of the join line that you can normally see in the middle there, has got to be also sprayed in the TS15 blue. I've painted the rollover bar in silver. I've got to do the mirrors in red, and there are the little kind of the mirrors themselves are also silver. And as you can see, I've painted the radiators in matte black. Now I did have a nightmare with this part of the body. I'll just zoom in and see if you can see. I used a reamer to make the holes in the body as it says in the manual, and as I was doing this one I was forcing the reamer in. I was going as careful as I could, but the whole body cracked straight the way through. I think you can see there, and I've had to stick it back together with some plastic cement. So obviously I'm going to have to flat that off because you'll see that otherwise, but the rest of the body I'm not really going to key the surface. I'm just going to wash it with hot soapy water and I'm going to just spray straight onto that. It doesn't say to rub it down in the manual, so I'm not going to. Fingers crossed that the spray goes on okay. So I'm going to give these tins a good shake and go off and spray it. It's going to take me a few hours, but hopefully you'll see the results in a few seconds. Okay then, so there you go. There's several light coats applied. I used the whole tin of the blue, but I didn't need so much of the white. There's probably half a can left. So again, a couple of coats on there. I've left it overnight to dry, and this is the results. A bit mixed results really. I think you can see the white has come out gorgeous. I've got a really nice flat finish with no orange peel, and yeah, it's nice and shiny, so pleased with that. That went on really well. But I can't say the same for the blue. I think I've used the whole tin like I said, but I really should have bought 2 tins I think. Most of the main body came out okay, but there's a few areas, I don't know if you can see in the light, it might be difficult, where there's a few fine scratches that are showing through the paint and a kind of blemish. But overall, yeah, quick look, it looks pretty good. The driver's helmet also came out really well. But the rear wing is awful. Again, you probably can see as I move it in the light, somehow the blemishes from the moulding of the plastic, for the hard plastic, kind of shows through, and I don't understand why. Like I say, there's plenty of coats on there, but it just, whatever I sprayed on it, it just kept coming back. That kind of weird effect. Anyway, it is what it is. I know my friend Adam over at Adam's Playground said that he had the same problem with this blue, so I don't know whether it's the paint or not, or whether it's the actual moulding itself. I think it's the moulding, you know. Anyway, hopefully some of the stickers will cover up those blemishes. As you can see, I did in the end glue the end plates on because you've got this lower piece here that clips over the aluminium bracket, and I didn't want any of the plastic glue or plastic cement to show after I'd glued it on after painting, so yeah, that's why I stuck it on first, just sprayed it one go like that in the end. So now I've just got to glue the radiators onto the side there. That's why I've left that bit. I taped that bit off so I can use my plastic cement, so they'll go on like that, and then I'll start getting the stickers on. So there's the stickers on the rear wing. Looks pretty cool now, doesn't it? So we've got to get this fixed onto the aluminium bracket. So get the other part, the underside, and that's got to go slotted on like that. Get it underneath and get those brackets in the slots. Make sure it's the right way around, even though the elf is upside down on the wing as it should be. And now we've got to get this clipped into place. So that part there just clips on. And then you've got your tiny 2mm little captive nut, goes in the corresponding holes underneath, like that. And then your tiny 2mm screw goes through the 2 halves, hopefully into that nut. Just hold it in place with my finger. Yeah, I can feel it's gripping now. There we go. And just get the other 3 in, and that's the wing finished. Oh, apart from, we've got to fit this little radiator onto that bracket there, and again attached with the 2mm nuts and bolts. I've just checked the instructions again. I'm glad I haven't fitted that on yet, because you need to fit the wing onto the chassis first, otherwise you won't be able to get this screw in because the radiator will be in the way. It's going to make it tricky to get that on, but it's just these 2x8 screws into those 2 holes in the back of the gearbox. Well, the back of the chassis anyway. And just be warned, it really is difficult screwing those self-tappers into that really hard plastic of the rear of the chassis there. But yeah, and as you might be able to see, even with that bracket in the way, it's tricky to get this screwed. So yeah, good job I didn't put that radiator on first. And there it is. So yeah, what a fiddly little job it was getting those tiny nuts and bolts in. But yeah, job's a good one. Alright then, so I've decided to start putting these stickers on before I put the two halves of the body together. So I'll do the top half first, the white part. So I'm going to start with this one, which has got to go smack bang in the middle of the nose here. Make sure it's about as central as I'm going to get it. Press the top down where I've cut a little bit off. And then press down on the middle and then feed the pressure outwards. I think that's the best way to do it. That looks like a good start. Okay, so these have got to go on the side, and always check with the instructions. It looks like the eye is level with the back of the cockpit there, so we'll try and copy that with this sticker. It'll strip off again. Line that eye up with the back of the cockpit. And we'll just feed that round. These stickers are really nice, they're going on quite easily, and yeah, we'll just carry on. Right, so that's the top of the body all finished. So all the stickers are on. I've put the rollover hoop in, that just glues from underneath. I've glued in the driver figure, and I've glued on the mirrors, painted those red. Looks pretty good, I'm quite chuffed with that. As you can see, I've cut the stickers out ready for the lower part of the body, but before I do that, I'm going to finish the driver's head. As you can see, I've had a go with some flesh coloured paint. It doesn't look too good really, but I've done the best I can. And as you can see, I've masked up all the way around, because I've got to do kind of the rubber for the helmet that goes at the bottom and around the face there, the hole, and I've got to do that in flat black. So yeah, I'll just have a go with that with the brush now. So I'm using Tamiya F103 flat black, and a tiny little brush. I like to dab the brush into the lid just to get the right amount of paint on, and I'm going to turn this round on the mount that I've put there. So I've put the masking on because my hands aren't that steady these days, and it's hard to get that line straight, so this should do the trick, and hopefully I'll get away with just one coat. Paint the underside as well, just in case I don't suppose you'll be able to see it, but it's always nice to get it covered black. And yeah, I think we'll get away with that one coat. Just got to do round the face now. Well, that's the painting finished, so we've just got to get these fiddly little stickers, these really thin stickers we've got to cut out, these yellow ones, and then the polar ones go on the side, so we'll just get on with that. And these are, without doubt, the fiddliest little stickers I've ever had to apply. Really tricky, but there you go. Might not be lined up perfectly, but it's good enough for me. Well, that's the driver's head fitted, and that's finished now. So all we've got to do is to put the stickers on the lower part of the body. Not too many of these, so shouldn't take long. Well, that was nice and easy. And yeah, only a few stickers, like I said. The trickiest was this thin stripe that goes around the bottom, but all done now. All we need to do is to get the top part, and then we've got 4 screws and washers, one going there, there, there and there, and we'll just get these 2 screwed together and we'll get the finished body onto that chassis. And here she is in all her glory. Take a look at that, guys. I know it's not 100% perfect, but OMG, I think it still looks $1 million. As you know, I've never built anything like this before. It's been a truly fantastic experience. I'd like to do one again if I get the chance, but now I've finished this and it's looking so nice and shiny, I really don't know if I can bring myself to actually run it. If this ever went upside down, I'd definitely be in tears, I've got to say. Maybe I'll give it just a little trundle around in front of the camera in a wide open area up at the park, just to get it on camera. I think I might do that, but I don't think I'm ever going to run this in real anger because it's just too beautiful. As I usually do, I'll take it outside and I'll take some shots of it in natural light so you can see. I'll put that at the end. Thanks for Peter Smith for sending me this wonderful kit. Thank you for watching and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.